Assalamualaikum everyone. Today I'd like to share something about what happens to us when we get angry and what we can do about it for ourselves, but also when we get angry with other people and we get into an argument. What can we do for that? Well, you know that anger makes our bodies kind of react in a certain way. Our muscles might get tense and tight. Sometimes we feel we can't breathe, and sometimes we might feel hot and shaky. So when we get angry and we feel that things need to cool down, what are some things we can do? Well, first, maybe think about taking a deep breath, and maybe 1 or 2 or 3 deep breaths so that you can inhale and exhale out, and that'll just pull your body down a little bit from feeling tight and feeling tense. You can also say A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, and that really just means, Ya Allah, protect me from everything that is making me feel angry or upset or is doing harm to me or my body. We can also make wudu. So when I make wudu, I know it calms me down because I'm putting water in certain parts of my body, and that helps to take the temperature down, but it also helps me feel cool. If you can't make wudu, you can drink some water. And when you are upset and angry, you drink water, it actually does cool you down from the inside. So it's a great way to kind of take yourself away from being angry. We can also, of course, ask Allah for help. And you could also go and pray. So sometimes I go and pray 1 rakah or 2 rakah or just make sujood. And that helps us also to remember Allah and to make us feel a little bit less upset. So what if we get angry with somebody else or get into an argument or a fight? And it does happen, right? It happens sometimes with friends or with people that we love that are our family. It can happen. So what can we do about that? Sometimes we can walk away from an argument, right? You get into an argument, you get into a fight, and you can walk away, which is okay. And sometimes it's the right thing to do because you don't want to be angry with somebody at that time. But sometimes we really have to deal with why are we having a fight? Why are we having an argument? And you can walk away and come back. Well, Prophet Muhammad said, you will not enter Jannah until you believe, and you will not believe until you first love each other. And then he said, shall I show you something that if you did it, that you will love each other? Spread peace between yourselves. So that very last part of what our beloved Prophet Muhammad said was to spread peace, which was salam. Salam means peace. And he said, just doing that and resolving a conflict or argument will actually help us to have good things in this life and good things in the next life. So I want to share with you something called the Salam Steps. So the word salam means peace, and so each letter of the word salam helps us to remember how to take care of each other when we have an argument or we have something that we're upset about. So the first letter is S. So S reminds us to say Bismillah. So we start with Allah's name to make sure that both people that are in an argument remember that Allah is with us. The next letter is A. So we ask, what happened? Both people take time and take turns to share what you saw, what you felt, what made you have this argument in the first place. The next letter in Salam is an L. So L is to listen with respect. And that means you don't interrupt each other. You take turns and you listen again, but you listen with respect, which means that you listen in a way that the other person knows that you really do care about what they're saying. And we don't argue with each other while we're listening with respect. The next letter is A again, and A now is advise each other sincerely. Advise means that you're going to give your ideas and you're going to talk about what you heard the other person say. And then you might be able to say, but that's not what I meant. Or you can say, I didn't mean for you to get hurt. Or maybe you really hurt my feelings when you did this. The next letter is A again, and now it's agree to a fair solution. After you've listened and advised each other about what happened and how you feel, then you come up with something that might actually work to solve the problem that you're having with the other person. And you know now that you've listened and that you advised that the other person is what the person is thinking and feeling, but you also know that the other person wants to solve the problem too. Now, if you can't come up with a solution, that's okay. You can agree to disagree, and then you can say maybe we need to go to somebody else that can help us solve our problem, and that's great. So the last letter is M, and that's for make dua. When you make dua together, what you're really saying is that we are going to promise that we remember Allah like we did in the beginning of this, but it also means that we're ready to move forward and not have this argument be something that we're stuck with, And it also means that we're going to think about things in the future that won't let us have this argument or conflict again. So dua also helps us to remember Allah is helping us every time we do something good for each other. The dua that a lot of people say, and many of you know this, is Allahumma anta salam wa minka salam tabarakta wa ta'alayta ya dhul jalali wal ikram. And that means, oh Allah, you are peace, and peace comes from you. So blessed are you, O Majesty, and the most generous one. So when we say that dua together at the end of trying to solve our conflict or our argument, we can actually be stronger in our ability to take care of each other and not have more arguments. So try these salam steps at home with each other, with your friends or with your brothers and sisters, even with your parents. And you might want to print this out and have it somewhere handy for you to use, so you can remember it, and you can remember that there are ways that when we do get angry, we can pull ourselves together, and especially for each other, we can help each other to find ways to get away from a conflict, inshallah. See you again soon. Assalamu alaikum.